Transformers reviews, tech and the news, whatever else I use as a muse. Hit subscribe, I appreciate the views. Influences interest on YouTube.
What's going on, people? This is Inflewence, and today I got accessories for the PSVR2 video. We're just gonna get right into it. Yes, I'm in a new spot. I'm in my theater today because that's where most of my accessories are. So let's talk about the first accessory. This is a must-have. You need the chargers for the PSVR2 controllers. Now they only last 5 hours depending on what you're doing, and could be even less than that. I've never used them that long, but if you use them a couple sessions, they're done. It's over and they're dead the next time you come back. So you need some chargers because it only gives you one cord. You can always buy a new cord and just or use your own USB-C, but these chargers right here do the job well. Now you don't have to get these particular, and everything I talk about will be in the description, a link to it. It does help the channel out if you buy it from my link, of course. But I'm gonna give you the lowdown. Everything I have is running great and works. So I love it. I love this charger because you just sit it on there, charges up, and then it'll stop charging once it's green. I mean, it'll stay green, but it won't keep charging them. Look around. I just wouldn't know if I get the Sony ones because they're so expensive. There's a lot of third-party aftermarket chargers that you can find that do the job just as well. I know some people don't like it, but I heard Sony's not doing so well, so I don't know. I'm not gonna spread no rumors, but people have been having trouble with their Sony charging stations. Second accessory I want to talk about is the driving wheel. I talked about these two things first because I feel like it's a must-have. Even if you don't like racing games, as I always say, play it first and see how you feel, and then you may just want to get a driving rig. So this rig here, it's nothing expensive, nothing crazy. I went with the cheapest one I could find, the cheapest wheel that had haptic feedback and force feedback, the cheapest, and it came with the pedals too. So I wanted the wheels and the pedals. It doesn't have a clutch. I didn't care about the clutch. Maybe later I will when I get further in the game, but I don't know. But it came with the wheel and the pedals. So this was the cheapest one I could find with feedback, and it works great with Gran Turismo. I'm hoping some other racing games come out. There's a like Mario Kart type of racing game that's coming out. I'm hoping the wheel works with it. If it does, it's going to be a game changer. And the rig, the actual rig, is separate. It's the most inexpensive rig that I could find, and that's why I bought it. I'm all about budgeting, and I'm all about getting stuff for the cheapest that you can get it and still be good. That's the key, because you can go too cheap and then it's just broken up and flimsy. This is fine. It's great. Has great hardware. It works well. So I say this is a must-have. Third accessory is some headphones, some good headphones. You may like the earbuds. Maybe you want some wired earbuds. Maybe you don't like wireless headphones, but I don't know. But these are the ones that I have. They're great. They have the volume up, volume down. They have a rumble function, which I use sometimes. I don't like it a lot when I'm playing VR, but I have used it when I was playing regular games because the haptic feedback of the PSVR2 and that is just too much for me. It does rumble a lot. It's great when you listen to music because it rumbles with the bass. Whenever bass, it rumbles. It will use the battery more, but it's USB-C. You can charge it up. I usually plug it into the PlayStation after I get done the session, and you know the USB stay on for 3 hours after you turn the PlayStation off. So you can charge up whatever. I usually plug that in, charge it up when I'm done. But it's great. But like I said, you don't have to get those. However, I would suggest get a good pair of headphones. These sound nice and they were very inexpensive. Again, that's my motto, and that's the theme. Inexpensive, not as expensive as the $99 one Sony's. Fourth accessory is that you might not think you need is an extension cable. You might not need it. That cable for the PSVR2 is long, and it's kind of long enough, but I needed a little bit more. That's why I got the 3-foot extension cable. I just needed a little bit more so it wasn't pulling, because I was kind of far from the PS5, so I didn't want it to pull on the USB-C port, because there's only one on the front. If that gets damaged, that's it. Like, so that's the only thing I'm kind of weary about with the PSVR2. However, with this extension cable, it doesn't pull at all, and usually it falls out of the extension cable if I'm pulling too hard. So I like that. That's why I got the extension cable, but you can get a longer one to actually extend it. But it's an accessory that maybe some of you out there need. And the final accessory that I'm going to talk about is a case. Maybe you're taking this over a friend's house. Maybe you're just want a case to protect it. Maybe you want to put it away when you're done with it. Maybe you play it every now and then and you want to put it away. Well, I got this case here that comes with another accessory that I would have talked about, but it comes with it, which is the lens cloths and the lens covers. So you get all of that with this case, and this case fits, as you see. You can fit the controllers in, you can fit the PSVR2 in, and you have pockets for other stuff that you can put your carrying cases in, and you can put the lens covers over top of it. So then that works great. Leave me a comment and let me know if you have a must-have accessory list, and or what they are, and if not, just let me know how you like this list. I'm gonna leave you with a little extra bonus, some, I guess, must-have games that I have now that I feel like were worth the pennies. It was Gran Turismo, of course. I'll talk about that over the moon. Zombieland is a really good arcade shooter. If you don't like the more free roam shooter and you just got an arcade that's kind of on a string, and you got a predetermined destination that you have to go through, but you still get to shoot zombies and fool around in VR with zombies. So I think I like that a lot, because I'm more into the arcade. I mean, I'm more into both, really, but the arcade is just boot it up and go. You don't have to worry about trying to figure out all the buttons. You don't have to worry about figuring out how you're going to buy stuff and hook stuff up and get more weapons and all that stuff. Like, everything comes with points. It's like a point system, toilet paper system. So Zombieland, I'm gonna stop talking about it now. Zombieland is great. Pavlov, first person shooter. Everybody knows Pavlov, but it's on PSVR2 now. So if you like multiplayer first person shooters, I think that's one of the best. It's always been one of the best, and now it's on PSVR2. So you can, that's a must have if you're into that type of game. I've never been in the first person shooters, so that just goes to show, like racing games, first person shooters, I've never been into those games. But in VR, it's just something different about it. It's just another level of immersion, and it makes the game that much better. So now I do play those games in VR, but I don't play them, I don't play them regular flat. Horizons, of course, that's like the political answer. Horizons, that's really a showcase of what the VR can do graphical wise and all of that stuff. Like, when you have a AAA game in VR, like that's a great demo for that, and it's a good game too. Kayak is a good game. You can't get tired. I did get tired of it, but it's beautiful looking, and like the different places you are, and it's a good workout because you actually moving your arms and you're rowing. So, but I did get tired of just, I think I'm so used to doing stuff like just rowing a boat, and being in a boat just didn't really appeal to me as much as I thought. But it's a good game. It's still a good game. It still looks great. I just don't play it as much. I heard that Saints and Sinners is getting an update, which is The Walking Dead, and the new Walking Dead is coming out, I think this week or next week. I'm not sure. That, I know the first one was a good game, so I'll probably update that. Especially, I think it might be free if you have a certain version, and then it might cost a little. All right, so that's it for this video, and I will get up with you in another one.
Ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over, life ain't over. As long as you alive, you can give another try and take it real high if you want.